All right, let's talk about something that can really make your heart sink when you're behind the wheel. A check engine light. And not just any light. Today we're explaining a specific and kind of stressful one, the Ford error code P204C. We're going to break down what it means and, more importantly, what you can do about it.
You know the feeling, right? You're just driving along, everything seems fine, and then, bam, that little glowing engine icon pops up on your dash. It's an instant shot of anxiety. What's wrong? Is this serious? Is this going to cost me a fortune? Well, if you're driving a Ford and that code scanner spits out P204C, you're in exactly the right place to get some answers.
So what in the world is a P204C code? Simply put, it means your car's main computer, which is called the Powertrain Control Module, or PCM for short, has spotted a problem. It's getting a weird voltage reading from the reductant pressure sensor. Now, reductant is just a fancy name for the fluid, usually diesel exhaust fluid, that helps clean up your exhaust. That sensor's job is to tell the computer how much pressure is in the system, and right now, it's basically shouting that the numbers are all wrong.
When it comes to this error code, it really boils down to four main suspects. It could be the sensor itself has gone bad, the wiring that connects it is faulty, the car's main computer has a glitch, or there's an issue in the electrical circuit they all share. And for each cause, there's a pretty specific fix. Think of this as our game plan for the rest of this breakdown.
All right, let's dive in and take a closer look at each of these four potential culprits. We'll start with the one that honestly is the most common reason you'll see this code.
First up, the reductant pressure sensor itself. More often than not, this little guy is the source of all the trouble. Its whole job is to take a pressure reading and report back to the computer. So, when it starts to fail, it sends bad data, or no data at all, and that immediately triggers the P204C code.
So how do you fix it? Well, this one's pretty straightforward. If a mechanic diagnoses the sensor as the problem, there's no repairing it. The only real solution is to swap out the old, faulty part for a brand new one.
Okay, our second suspect isn't the sensor, but the lines of communication to the sensor. See, that sensor has to talk to the main computer through a whole mess of wires. If any of those wires get frayed, corroded, or just plain damaged, or if the plastic connectors get loose, that signal gets scrambled. And you guessed it, the computer freaks out and throws that P204C code.
Fixing this requires a bit of detective work. A technician will have to physically trace all the wiring from the sensor back to the computer, looking for any signs of trouble. Any bad wires or broken connectors have to be repaired or completely replaced to get that clean signal flowing again.
Now we're talking about the brains of the whole operation, the Powertrain Control Module. It's less common for sure, but sometimes the computer itself is the problem. This could be because of a software glitch, a random power surge that fried something, or even physical damage.
When it comes to fixing the PCM, you're looking at two paths. If it's just a software bug, a technician might be able to simply reinstall or update the software, kind of like rebooting your home computer. But if the module has physical damage or a serious hardware failure, then the only option is to replace the entire unit.
And our last possibility is a problem in the electrical circuit itself. Now you might be thinking, didn't we just talk about wiring? Yes, but this is a little different. Imagine the wiring is the road, but the circuit is the entire traffic system. You could have a short, where electricity is taking a wrong turn, or an open, where a bridge is out and the power just stops completely.
Fixing a circuit issue is definitely a job for a pro. They use special tools to map out the entire circuit, find the exact spot where that short or open is happening, and then repair that specific section to get the electricity flowing where it's supposed to.
And here's something that might give you a little peace of mind. You're not the first person to deal with this. Ford knows this can be an issue, and they've actually released at least 6 different service bulletins about this code. That's a good thing. It means there are official, documented procedures to help a good mechanic figure out the problem way faster.
So, we've walked through the 4 potential causes and how to fix them. But let's bring this all together. What does this really mean for you when you see that light on your dashboard?
Honestly, it all comes down to this. This isn't just a suggestion. It's the most important thing to remember. The Ford code P204C should be taken seriously and addressed as soon as possible. This isn't one of those codes you can ignore. It's a clear warning about a critical part of your vehicle.
So let's wrap this up. That P204C code means there's a real problem in your exhaust system. It could be one of 4 different things, which is why getting an accurate diagnosis is so important. You don't want to just start replacing parts, because even though the sensor is the usual suspect, you could waste money if the real problem is just a loose wire. So whatever you do, please do not ignore this warning light.
In the end, that check engine light is really just asking one big question. What's the real culprit here? Is it the sensor, the wiring, or the computer? Finding the right answer to that question is the key to getting your car fixed correctly and keeping it safe and reliable for the road ahead. I hope this helped clear things up. Thanks for watching.